Hello there, you loose units, and welcome back to another episode of Spicy Boy Reviews. I'm, of course, your host, Andrew Iles. Hoping you look after yourselves, looking after each other, pulling your heads in and all that jazz. Yes, it is still October. It is our last Halloween review, the greatest month of the year. And, we're just going to get straight into an absolute classic. First time watching this, so, today's review is about Night of the Demons. A group of 30-year-old looking teenagers throw a party in a dilapidated mortuary for Halloween. A night full of dancing, drinking, and getting their premarital fuck on. But unfortunately, they summon a demon, the silly gooses. Who will survive the night? Who will get it on? How convenient that one of each cliché archetype character happens to be all friends with each other in Night of the Demons. That's right, an absolute classic, Night of the Demons. I believe it was released in 1988, and here we are talking about it. Like I said before, this is the first time I'm seeing it for Halloween, and let's get straight into it. Directed by Kevin Tenney, who's directed a bunch of low-budget films in horror and action and stuff like that. And if you look at their IMDb, it's still pretty much active today with a few films coming down the pipeline. We open the film with some absolute banger 80s synth. I was having flashbacks to playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City, I swear. We open the film on absolute essential 80s. Oh yes, we get big hair with heaps of hairspray. Everyone's written like a douchebag with attitude. And all the colour palette of everyone, what they're wearing is all baby blues and pinks. Again, I find it amazing that films that are based in the 80s who are made today, on screen just have a vomit of primary colours. Like, just go back and watch an 80s movie and see what they actually were wearing. Of course, we get the obligatory female naked butt shot, that's right, at about the 6-minute mark. And what's that? We get some hint of titties at the 7-minute mark, which the character who bears all gets complimented by her little brother. Then we have introduced to our party people. That's right, this party is getting thrown by Robert Smith and super horny Cyndi Lauper. And they've invited all their cliché archetype cannon fodder friends. They're going to celebrate this Halloween night at an abandoned mortuary, which can only go well. We have the whole cast of archetypes here, that's right. We have our final girl, her super horny jock boyfriend, which is a wannabe Don Johnson, that's her date. We get the chubby bully, the couple, the token black guy, and of course the uber cool guy who here comes off as a bit of a baby Andrew Dice Clay. Demon, summon this evening. Suck my cock and drink that semen. Oh! They get the party started with some really bad dad jokes, get really overexcited about a single strobe light that one of them brought, I don't know why, and then they all start dancing to non-copyrighted music. It's not long before they start playing some spooky games in front of a mirror and accidentally summon a demon which possesses one of the partygoers. And then it gets passed out through the night, spreading it as such with lots of kissing each other, and it's the demons bouncing between them all. Metaphor! I remember everyone praising the movie It Follows when it came out, using, STD as a metaphor for this thing following them and trying to kill them, which it's a great movie, but the concept ain't original. And that's pretty much what all horror films are, as a metaphor for premarital sex. Everything goes tits up when all the partygoers just split up in the mortuary to get their fuck on. And then it all seems like a lot of build-up. Like 80% of the film is building up to something. It's pretty boring, I'll be honest with you. And it was a common thing for low-budget 80s horror films, of course. Like, what you were promised on the poster or in the trailer probably is not going to rock up till about 20 to 30 minutes before the end. And when it does show up with the creature effects and whatnot, it's not how it was promised in the poster. But yes, that was a common trope for 80s horror films and stuff. It was just a lot of build-up, all went to the end when it became kind of cool. In saying that, though, the creature effects are really good. It is low budget, and it shows, but anything that's any sort of gore or creature effects, in my book, is A+. Number one, it's better than CGI garbage. And yeah, I have to admit, like, they obviously had a low budget, but it looks really good. I mean, it's not The Thing level of creature effects, which is like the best of the best, but yeah, it's still pretty good for the budget they had to work with. It's all extremely 80s, if you know what I mean, and some newcomers to horror and kids watching horror movies might not look on certain things fondly through 2021 glasses. Like, every girl gets told to shut the fuck up, and pretty much every scene, there's so much negging going on, trying to get a root out of certain characters. It's enough to make a third-wave feminist head spin. Yeah, but like, everyone is really super horny in this film, which, you know, I forgot about as a common thing in low-budget 80s horror films. They're really down to root. It's all drenched in 80s sleaze. The acting is absolutely horrendous. But what else would you expect for a film like this? It's kind of welcomed in a way. But yeah, it's so shit. And they're all saying dialogue that no human would ever say in a million years. It's like it was written by a basement-dwelling weirdo who just thinks that's how teenagers talk. The dialogue is super clunky, extremely expository, and just really lame, especially the jokes. They did not land. And yeah, saying that the jokes were really, really bad. Something you get from, like, you know, a primary school kid or anything like that. I was just having like flashbacks to like open mic nights, you know, getting a bit of PTSD, remembering sitting in the crowd at 3 a.m. at those places. The lighting is good in a cheesy haunted house kind of way. I dug it. I think it was the best part of the film, honestly, is the lighting. The DOP work is really good. I kind of, for some reason, it reminded me of Escape from New York, which is the highest of praise. Is it good? Fuck no. It is so cheesy and 80s, but hey, that's I knew I was getting into that by watching the trailer. This is also, it's the perfect film. I call it craptastic. It's a craptastic movie that you could watch with a group of friends with copious amounts of alcohol and just sort of tear shreds off it and run a commentary and spit some jokes. And that's a good time. And hey, honestly, if you can track down the VHS version of this, I think that would just add to the charm. But yeah, it's uber 80s, uber cheesy, very Halloween, and it's a bloody good time. Do not take it seriously. But yeah, that's it. That was Night of the Demons. Guys, this is the end of my Halloween movie run of old Halloween movie reviews. So I've had a bloody blast doing this. I hope you have too. And honestly, I've had so much fun in doing this, going back to old films that I hadn't seen and reviewing them. Write down below if this could be the future of the channel. I don't know. I'm at a bit of a crossroads now. Write down below what you'd prefer. Would you want to see new movies of me reviewing them to know what's coming out and stuff like that? Or do you want me to review old movies, you know, and give my 2 cents worth on it? Or do you want both? I would love to hear from you. Please write down below. And hey, if you've made it this far into the episode, give us a thumbs up, because we love you, we love movies, and yeah, we'd love you to support this channel. And as always, kids, hit subscribe, because we give it episodes weekly, and we will see you next week with our next review. As always, happy Halloween, and stay spooky, kids.